Yes, it's worse than we thought, actually. When I heard the story of Abia State commissioners looting the state treasury, I just dismissed it. I didn't want to pay attention to it. That was it up to 2 weeks ago? I didn't want to pay attention. I just said to myself, I know the agents of the past administration, the administration that looted the state and rendered Abia State people hungry, confused, frustrated. I say it must be the agents of those people that are trying to, paint Otti and his administration black. I didn't pay attention. And then they came up with this story about the commissioner of health, how the commissioner of health used 875 million naira to repaint Abia State University Teaching Hospital main building and Abia Diagnostic Specialist Hospital repainting cost 875 million. I said, what's the meaning of this? And then she spent 1 billion, over 1 billion on non-existing projects, as in she's moved over 1 billion naira, 1 billion, not 1 million, not 10 million, not 100 million. Over 1 billion naira was moved out of the accounts of the state without it being accounted for. I was like, so where's the governor in all this? What's the governor doing about this? And then I heard, the commissioner was sacked. I said, good. So it means that there must be some truth behind this story, because the story came out and then the commissioner of health was sacked. And then more stories started coming out. The same people that broke the first news started breaking more news. And they talked about the commissioner of education, how she spent 8.5 billion on capital projects. These people have just been in office for 9 months. 4.57 billion was spent on non-existent public schools. This is so sad. And to think that it was only Governor Otti that said he would pay 40,000 naira minimum wage. At those State is already paying 70,000 naira minimum wage. Others said they could pay 80, 60, 50, and then Otti said only 40,000. I said, has he forgotten how these same civil servants fought for him to be in office? How they were closing down their offices, protesting against the past administration, and they all lent their support to Otti. Why would money meant that they could have used to pay salaries? Why are they using it on non-existent, as in 4.5 billion disappeared? No project was constructed. Nothing was built. It just disappeared like that. And they said, they were renovating public schools. They were to renovate classrooms or whatever. And 8.5 billion have already gone. They said the classrooms were not built, were not rebuilt, were not renovated. And, I just decided I needed to pay more attention to this Ministry of Education story. And I dug deeper, and I heard incredible stories about what the Commissioner of Education is doing with Abia State people's money. When Otti came into government, I remember Otti said they were going to close down all the mushroom, non-standard, below standard schools, private schools that had taken over the whole state. And the public schools were just barely existing. Nobody in the public schools, because the buildings are all dilapidated. So the money was not used to repair these dilapidated school buildings. Nothing was done. And 8.5 billion was gone in 9 months. Yet the private schools, they said they were going to close down. They said this same Commissioner of Education went behind and collected money from all the private schools that were supposed to be closed down. And they are all existing up to this minute when I'm talking. These private schools that were substandard, supposed to be closed down, they bribed her. They bribed the Commissioner of Health, and she left all of them to exist. If they didn't bribe her to stay, how come those schools are still existing? How come the governor never changed the policy? There was no announcement saying, now all the private schools we said we're going to close down because they were substandard, they can now operate. There was no reversal from the governor's office concerning this particular policy. And they say the woman is just trotting all over the place, harassing schools just for them to be bringing money to bribe her and all that. Why should this be happening? Is that money she's collecting from the private schools is not just enough for her? Then she is stealing the people's money by way of capital projects that are non-existent. Why should Governor Otti allow this woman to remain there? Why should she be allowed to do this? And now, all the things the governor had promised Abia people that would be done, none is being done now. They say things are even worse now than before because the civil servants are still being paid peanuts. What can 30,000 naira buy? A cup of gari is 1,000 naira. How many families will feed on that in a month? You want to pay somebody what money? Where are they going to get money to pay rent, to pay school fees in the private schools? Where are they going to get money for treatment? While the Commissioner of Health was busy stealing the money, there are women that have given birth that are now sleeping on the how do I put it now? The corridors of the hospital in Abia State. They are asked to sleep on corridors until they can bring the money to pay for their safe delivery. Couldn't this commissioner of whatever health, couldn't she have used this money, the money she's stealing, to help these women pay for every safe delivery, every person that delivers in Abia State? This amount of money they are mentioning can take care of them all. But I understand that if you go to that hospital, different hospitals in Abia State, you just see women on corridors who cannot pay money for their delivery, especially the government hospitals, the Federal Medical Center in Abia State. Women sleep outside with their babies, newborn babies, in mosquito-infested hospital because they are unable to pay for their delivery. And the Commissioner of Health is stealing the money meant for the people. This money is meant for Abia people. It's not meant for them. They are paid salaries to do whatever they are doing. And the governor that gave people so much hope is just watching things deteriorate so badly. They say people are just dropping dead for hunger. They can't afford food. The state is a civil servant state. If civil servants are not empowered financially to patronize the traders, then everybody goes hungry. They had so much promise with the new government coming in, yet what they are hearing daily, how they are stealing money. I dug deeper and I heard about the perm sex. The perm sex have reversed all of Alex Otti's policies when he came in. All the people Alex Otti said should be sacked, they are being recalled. They were actually sacked, but the perm sex are taking money and recalling them. All the people they say should be posted out of where they were before, all those people have paid perm sex money and they are back to the positions where they're supposed to be posted out of. They say things are worse now. The level of corruption in the ministries now is worse than they ever had in past administrations that were labeled as very corrupt. In other words, the Alex Otti's government is more corrupt with what the perm sex and commissioners are doing than past administrations in Abia State. This is so sad. This is painful. I heard that the Commissioner for Public Utilities, I didn't just hear, I read that the Commissioner for Public Utilities spent 771 million on water supply, and no house received any water supply. No new water supply facilities were provided. He spent 646 million on food security. Seedling, cassava stem, nothing was provided for the people. Not even fertilizer. When I was young, I used to hear my parents say, oh, they are giving fertilizer. Not even fertilizer for one farmer. What is going on? That the Commissioner for Budget conducted a non-existent research in 9 months for 3 billion naira or more. Over 3 billion naira. I mean, this is shocking. Where is Governor Otti? Where is Otti? Why is Otti allowing perm sex to be collecting bribe from people, to be moved from one position to the other, to be recalled to places that have been sacked from or moved from? Why is there no mechanism for him to hear what is going on and make sure that proper things are done properly? Why? Oh no, the what do you call him? The spokesperson for the governor spent 639 million on publicity and advertisement in 9 months. 639 million naira in 9 months. I mean, how possible is this? Oh yeah, they say he has been sacked. The spokesperson for the governor has been sacked. All right. So what about the others? What about the others? The commissioner for works collecting 2.45 billion for invisible ICT infrastructure, 980 million for invisible erosion control project, and 290 million for invisible waterways, construction of invisible waterways. Why would this level of corruption be associated with somebody like Governor Otti? It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. This is terrible. A government that is saying they cannot pay up to the 70,000 minimum wage that Edo State is paying their workers. You're unable to pay, yet people have so much billions to steal in this time and age in a small state like Abia State. All these monies are enough. They are enough to take care of the 70,000 naira minimum wage. They're more than enough. Why is the governor not doing something about this? When the administration of Governor Otti started, I heard they were setting up something like a complaints commission and telling people that whatever you know, just come and write about it. And they thought it probably ended with people exposing what happened in the last administration. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. It should be something that people who need to report the level of corruption and looting going on should be able to write just an email to a particular office and say, please, you can investigate this. It's the kind of job they even call work from home. I can volunteer to do that and say, okay, send email to so and so place. I'll sort it out and then send it to whoever is put in charge of monitoring, making sure that these departments are monitored and their accounting is properly done and there's proper auditing in place so that people don't just loot and loot and loot. There's absolute power there. I see absolute power amongst these commissioners, and absolute power corrupts. The other time somebody posted a video of how Otti meets with his what do they call them now? All the people working with him in the cabinet. And I saw this lady in that video, Jerry Eze's wife, and not Jerry. And I said, what is she doing in the cabinet? They said, oh, she is the chairman of Civil Service Commission. I said, good. She is the kind of people that Otti can use to monitor projects and say, okay, please come and help me, run this system whereby people can send information about what is going on. You help me to investigate and then report what is going on. At least with a person like that, she can't be bribed. She won't join them to be receiving the bribes they are receiving to turn things upside down. But put such a person in a kind of public complaints commission, state public complaints commission, so that the complaints can come to her email, the email set apart for that, and she will go through them and be able to brief the governor directly on what is going on. That's how things are done. This way of having a commissioner of education who behaves like Lord and Master, threatening private schools and private institutions and collecting bribes from them, it's not tenable. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Governor Otti should not be associated with this kind of a commissioner. It's wrong, very, very wrong. And by the time they threaten people like the police will do, people are just bringing the hundreds of millions to them. And for what are they even doing with all this money? And then they are still looting the budget of the department. Look at how dilapidated the schools in Abia State are, the public schools. She should immediately have started renovating it. Yes, 1 billion naira just left the account for an invisible project. And then 2.9 billion already on capital projects that just repainting hospital, what do you call it? Yeah, repainting the hospital. That's a Ministry of Health. The one of education is 8.5 billion already taken out of the education department account. 8.5 billion. Yet the schools are not being renovated. Yet they can't pay workers well, and the governor is there. Somebody that Abia State people gave their mandate and say, yes, Otti, we trust you. Why is Governor Otti failing Abia people? Why is he doing this? Doesn't he know that another election cycle will soon come before you know it? This is so sad. I feel pained by this because I was one of the people that spoke up for him. I spoke up for him when the election was being delayed. The result, I went on air to shout and scream and say this shouldn't be. Yes, I have supported them, the Labour Party, because I felt it's a fresh of breath air. Something good was coming to Abia State. And now the corruption is even worse than what happened during the past administration. Please, Governor Otti, do something. Do something and do it fast. Have a complex commission where people can come from various departments, various ministries to write their petition to expose what is going on so that you, the governor, can do something, because you cannot be everywhere. You are not God. You're not omnipresent. You cannot be in all the departments, in all the ministries. Apparently, these people feel, oh, they're so close to governor, they can kill and bury. It should not be. The money belongs to the people of Abia State, Governor Otti. It belongs to the people, and the money should be used for the people. Those women that had babies that have been detained in the hospital in this day and age, it shouldn't be happening in Abia State. Look at Abia, is a small state. Any pregnant woman that is unable to pay her dues, the Ministry of Health should be able to pick up the bills for them and not stealing the money in the name of capital projects. All these roads and how buildings you're building, human beings have to be alive to enjoy them. They have to be alive to enjoy them. I've heard people criticizing Otti and saying, oh, all these roads he's doing is so that he can have inflated projects and line up his pockets. That's not my topic for today. I'm talking about these perm secs that are so corrupt, these commissioners that are so corrupt under a Governor Otti, that people trusted and felt that, yes, something good has come to Abia State. The disappointment people are feeling is too much. The hunger is too much. If civil servants are not well paid, the whole state suffers, because the state is a civil servant state. They don't have any other thing. They can't even go to the farms because the Fulani terrorists have taken over all the forests and farms, beheading people, raping women. So the hunger in the land is made worse by the fact that there's no purchasing power at all by way of good salaries for the workers. The governor must do something about this. He must have a change of heart to stop this looting of people's money by perm secs, by commissioners, by people in positions of authority. The governor must rise up and do something now. Now, otherwise it might be too late. By the time he wakes up in the next 3-4 years, it might be too late. You cannot continue to have commissioners who are thieves, commissioners who are rogues, criminals walking about and speaking grammar. No, it mustn't happen. It should not happen in Abia State. I'm going to continue doing a follow-up on this video until something happens. Until the governor steps in and changes course, I'll continue drawing attention to this. Please share this video. Share this video so that the governor will see it, the people close to him will see it, and tell him that there's fire on the mountain. The people of Abia State are dying. They are thirsty in the midst of so much water. They are dying when there's enough money to go around to take care of everybody in Abia State. The health situation in Abia State is so terrible, and the health commissioner is busy stealing money. Education is being relegated to the background. Education, there's no quality education in the public schools, and the commissioner of education is stealing money. The budget person in charge of budget that should be able to manage the finances of the state very well is also stealing money and using it for research. What non-existent research are we doing at this time? What research do we need with the meager billions we're getting, with the billions we're getting from federal government or trillions we're getting? It should be used for the people of Abia State, because the money is for people of Abia State who have suffered bad governance, who have suffered criminals in high places for a period of over 24 years. The people have suffered enough. Please, Governor Otti, please step up your act. Please try and do something now and stop these looters that are in your government. Thank you very much. A word is enough for the wise. Share. Click like. Give me a thumbs up so that many people can watch and hear this video. Thank you so much. It's the evangelist Jessica John Bram. I'm delighted you're here. God bless you.